Nice photo.
Yeah, thank you.
How old? How old?
10 months.
Cool. Causing havoc.
Yeah. Do you want to come in a bit so you can get on that as well? Check. So you can hear me now?
I can hear you, Brad.
Yeah, I can hear you too. You sound beautiful.
Excellent.
Okay, this is us. We're talking to the world right now live as well.
Well, hello world.
Yeah, hello world. Neil, thank you so much for impromptu sitting down with me today. I really appreciate that. We just met each other 10 seconds ago.
Yes.
And now we're here having an intimate conversation. Neil, quickly tell me and the listeners and the viewers who you are and why you're here today at the Terrior Symposium in Toronto.
Okay, so my name is Neil Conway. I'm a head brewer for Waterford Distillery in the southeast of Ireland. We're in the process of making the finest single malt whiskey. We just about have whiskey, so whiskey needs to be 3 years old, maturing in cask to call the whiskey, has that copper contact, and I've brought a bottle for you.
Amazing.
So
I appreciate that.
You guys are probably the first people in the world to try a 3-year-old whiskey from Waterford Distillery.
Amazing.
So this is a single release whiskey, 49% proof, from Edward Harper. Okay, so Edward Harper is the farmer who grew this grain for us, a malt barley, Overture variety, back in 2015 crop.
Oh wow.
Okay. So we would have brewed and distilled this in, let's see, the date is on it, June 2016.
Wow.
So it will be.
It's a long process.
Yeah, it's a long process.
We'll get to the whiskey and I want to try it, but I'm more interested as well. Like, why are you personally here, and why whiskey? Why is this the career you've chosen? Like, what is the story behind that?
Right.
It's just obviously your accent kind of lends to a whiskey drinker as well.
I came from traditionally a beer background, so I was a brewer for Guinness for 15 years.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so I started my apprenticeship in 1998. I feel old.
Wow.
I feel old now.
Yeah, you and me both.
Okay, so I've experienced brewing ales, Guinness foreign extract, which is kind of a treacle makeup of Guinness.
Okay.
I went out of the business then for 3 years. I went into the dairy industry. And then Mark Rainier's company bought Waterford Brewery back in 2015 and transferred it into a distillery. Just over 2 years ago, I got a call then from ex-colleague would be interested in going back as a head brewer there. So didn't have to ask me twice.
Yeah.
So the dairy industry was quite rewarding for me. Actually learnt a lot about it, and actually I'm nearly gone full circle now. So start off as a brewer, not really understanding the terroir concept, even as a brewer,
right?
Not really understanding how important the raw material is, where it comes from, how it's sourced, the climate, and so and so. So I learned a lot. I picked up a lot, not knowing that I would need it further down the line in the dairy side, like how the impact of grass-fed cows as in certain times of the year has an impact on the quality of milk.
Right.
And now Mark's mantra is that terroir makes a difference to the quality of the spirit. So where the barley is grown makes a difference. We source our barley from 73 different farms in the southeast of Ireland, all with different soil types, all with different microclimates, different variety. So when that grain comes into us in the distillery, it's different. The flavours are different. They come off the still different, and we can noticeably taste them. So I have two new make spirit samples here from 2 different farms.
Okay.
Both using the same variety, but 2 different soil types, 2 different microclimates, and you can noticeably see the difference in those flavours. So that's why I'm here.
How does that work then? Because we're taught so much with products that consumers want for consistency, but I also feel like, being a consumer myself, there's also some sort of whimsy when it comes to like it being so unique and it being different. So how do you guys approach that as a business and as a brand when there is quote unquote inconsistencies? I'm sure the level of kind of the premium level of what it is there.
Yes.
But communicating to your consumers that because we are so concerned with making sure the product comes from the right places, the right farms, etc., how are you relaying that message to the consumers that you may expect if you and I had a burger from, like you were saying, a grass-fed farm in Ontario versus a grass-fed farm in BC, there will be some difference. So how are you guys kind of putting that marketing hat on and communicating that to your consumers?
Yeah, that's a very, very good question. This won't be for everybody's taste. The customer who wants the same every time, this probably isn't for them.
Right.
We're really looking at the customer who understands flavours, understands whiskey, understands the components of where the raw materials come from. You look at your wine connoisseurs, they really understand the grape, they understand where the grape is grown and what impact the grape has on the final wine, and that's why wine is different in different regions and different
years.
Different years, exactly. And our whiskey will be of a vintage. It won't be a 5-year-old and you'll get the same 5-year-old the next year. It'll be really of a vintage from a crop year, a given crop year that was grown under different conditions, with different variety, different soil. So we're really after the customer who understands that concept. Are
you guys a bit of a leader with that paradigm? So I mean, again, I'm not too exposed where I'm from in Vancouver to whiskey producers, distillers and brewers, but this sounds to me like a different lens to be considering how to bring a product to market, because most people, like I said, they want to be able to give consistency, but this to me tells more of a story, no?
Yes, it is. This is a story, and look, it's led from Mark Rainey, our CEO, who's used this concept in a Bruichladdich distillery in Scotland, which is a famous Scotch whisky distillery that he resurrected back in the 70s, 80s. He's moved to Ireland to start this concept from scratch. So he's improving on stuff he's done in his Scottish distillery back in the 80s, 90s. And he's really started from scratch here in Waterford, and because he comes from a wine background and he's introduced this concept to whiskey in Scotland, he's really starting from a blank canvas. He knows the market, he knows the industry, and he knows what the customer wants.
If there's people listening right now and they want to better understand kind of, everyone wants to know, like, what is it like? So is there anything currently, obviously, again, it's changing every time you brew and every time you distill, but is there a brand or a few brands that you kind of either you look to as innovators or people that motivate you or inspire you within your industry? Are there other brands that Waterford is like, or is Waterford kind of standing on a box of its own?
No, we're standing on a box of our own. We're the market leaders for Terrior in this business. We are 100%.
And what is the feedback from your industry? Like, is it very siloed in the whiskey world, or is everyone are people lifting you up and celebrating this, or are they challenging it?
No, there's people challenging. Obviously, Mark will be more aware of this than I would with people in the industry, but there is people out there who will try and dismiss what we're doing because it doesn't suit them that the avenue we're going, or whereas we're selecting barley from one farm and another and brewing and distilling separately, and we share everything we do. There's full traceability and transparency to what we do. We're not hiding away from anything. If you look up our website, our social media accounts, what we do every day is up on the social media, so people can see what we're doing. They can see the farmers, they can see the farm, they can see the studies we're doing into Terrior. Everything we do is there for the customer to see if they want to.
I like that idea of stepping in front of things before it can even be found by someone else.
That's it,
it reminds me of, I don't know if you're an Eminem fan, but the rapper Eminem, he comes up for me a lot because in my work, so outside of the podcast, I'm a restaurant consultant, but whenever there's an issue where I feel like I'm challenging status quo, I'll step in front of it. And I feel like Eminem, as an artist, he was the first one to call himself out and be yes, I'm white, yes, I'm poor, yes, my mother's a drug addict, all those things before someone else could even kind of say that about him. So it's interesting to me that you guys have decided to, you know what, this is a hill you're willing to die on, and you're backing it up with the content, the marketing to all support this, and like you said, being very kind of an open book.
Yeah, that's it.
I feel like now more of the consumers and people that are here today, that's kind of what they want. So I feel like you guys maybe are either ahead of the curve, or maybe even you're starting that curve.
Yes, I think we are. Definitely in the whiskey industry, we're starting the curve. We're ahead of everyone in it, and I just hope people are bought into it.
Yeah, amazing. So if people want to engage with the brand, if people want to try the product, so I'm out in Vancouver, so we want to be Western Canada, Eastern Canada, where can we best find the product?
Okay, so at the moment we don't have a product to release, so we hope next year we'll release 2 single farms as a taster for people who are following us. So early 2020 there will be a product launched.
Amazing.
But just log into our website, follow us on social media, and we will keep people updated on when the launch will be.
Okay, so social media, what is the handle?
At Waterford Barley is my one on Twitter.
Okay.
Waterford Distillery on the internet.
Yeah.
And we have Waterford Distillery on Instagram and social, Instagram and Twitter.
Amazing.
Waterford Distillery.
Guys, that is Neil. They make amazing whiskey. They care about where it comes from. Let's get it up on the screen there. There it is. This is unique. It's not even available yet, but we have it here at the Terrior Symposium. I'm going to try just a little bit of it.
Turn off the mic.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Neil, so much for coming on. So impromptu. I appreciate it. Pleasure meeting you. I love the story. I'll definitely support it. Guys, make sure to subscribe to their social media. Stay in tune. If you're a whiskey fan, you are going to want to watch this and watch this space. Thank you again, Neil. Thank you, Waterford. Thank you, Symposium. We'll chat soon. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Easy.
Very good.
Well done.
Very good.
Is that okay for you?
Excellent. Yeah, that was excellent.
Okay.
Okay, so